All right. Can you hear me? Am I live? Let me know in the chat. Make sure everything is good. Make sure the volumes are good. It says I have a volume. So let me know. Can you hear me? Who's here? 18 people watching now. Am I live? Let me know. All right, I just heard myself on the internet. So that's good. Welcome. We're going to start here giving away stuff in probably 7 minutes or so. Allow people to hop on since I said we would go live at noon. How's everybody doing? Justin Lee, Merrill Miller, what's up? Good to see you guys loud and clear. Awesome. Very cool. How's everybody been doing lately? What have you been into? Are y'all worship leaders, guitar players? You know, this is a channel for worship leaders, but I talk a lot about guitar, so I know I got a lot of people who aren't necessarily worship leaders. So I'd like to know who is here. Columbia, South Carolina. Love the channel. Thanks, Ryan. Micah and Dad. Jazz hands. Good morning. Recently got an HX Stomp and been loving your tutorials. Awesome. I just filmed another one last night, and edited it this morning, so it'll go live after a while. Matt Krill, happy Friday. Good to see you again. Nick Montu, Jet MIDI pedal. Yep, I like the Jet MIDI pedal. That's not what we're giving away today. We're giving away Preston Pedals. Preston Pedals. I've had some Preston Pedals for a while. I love them. You know, they're set up to, they're pre-programmed, which I love. Kind of like the Jet Micro. Music director for a special needs adult music group at church. Oh, that's awesome, Micah. Unless you're dad. Micah and dad. Timothy, guitar player. My wife leads our worship team. Sweet. Phoenix, Arizona. Just bought a Pod Go. Your content's been a huge help. Oh, man, that's great. I love the Pod Go. Sometimes I just grab the Pod Go. You know, I have other options, but I do love the Pod Go. It's so easy. And it's very inexpensive right now. Let me check. It had dropped to like $375. Yeah, $375 for the Pod Go. That's crazy. And I had, you know, the HX Stomp had gone up in price, and I hadn't really realized it. But everything's coming down. Yeah, the HX Stomp is $550 right now, where it was $699 a few months ago. So if you're interested in getting those things, now is the time. And if you want to support the channel, you could use my Sweetwater links in any of my videos, except this one, probably. Yeah, there's no description of this. I don't know how to set that up. Guitar player, Expanse Pack member, Matt Krill. Awesome. Did you get the last update? There were 3 presets in there. Do you have the, or did you already tell me what you bought? Do you have the Helix? Or what version do you have? Pod Go, HX Stomp? Been leading guitarist for 18 years. Wow, long time. You're old like me. Watching from Los Angeles. Man, what time is it in Los Angeles? It's got to be early. I feel like it's early here, even though it's noon. My Stomp is the workhorse. Yeah, I love the HX Stomp. It's great. Worship leader, guitarist at my church. Love my videos. Thank you all so much. Very kind words. Oh, I don't speak Spanish. I have to do the translate. What does that say? I mean, I have had several years of Spanish. Symptoms, do not know how to write in English. Maybe it says sorry. From Madrid, I can see that. There we go. Welcome. Guitar player, I use 3 different plugins in Ableton. Oh, okay. That's cool. What's up, dude? I'm a worship leader, and videos help me make the decision to HX Stomp. That's very cool. Haven't dialed up the last update yet, HX Stomp, but use for Helix too. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh man, I need to learn better Spanish. I know some words, but none of those look familiar. So bad at it. I've been following your short time. I found you. Oh, nice. Been using new feedback effect. The feedbacker. Yeah, dude, that stuff's awesome. Just a little too much. It's so much fun. It really is. I mean, if you crank it and have it go through like some monitors or something, it feels like you're playing through a real amp. I love the feedbacker. Guitar player from Manila. I've been to Manila in the Philippines. Well, I flew in there. I went to Cebu on a missions trip way back when, like '07, long time ago. It was a very cool trip though. I love the Philippines, man. The Philippines were... Thing I remember about the Philippines is everyone was so nice. Everyone was so nice. I mean, I'm sure not everyone is, but in my experience, the Philippines was a very nice place to visit. So, how many of you are playing this weekend? What's your set list looking like? What's the set list look like? You have an HX Stomp but can't get it to sound good. Well, there's probably several reasons for that. You know, it takes some time to get used to it. My advice is to, well, what kind of guitar do you have, Leonardo? But my advice is to get some presets of people who already have some dialed in. Watch my videos. I have presets, worship tutorials. There's a lot of people out there that sell presets. Justin Chan from All About Worship Guitar, excellent presets. Now that I start naming some, I don't want to leave out people who have presets. Oh, Jay Cruz started releasing some presets, really good stuff. You can get some presets free that you know people have dialed in, they sound good, and then you can just tweak from there with your guitar. I find the sound changes from guitar to guitar. I got my newest Revolta Mandata 18. Love this thing. I don't have it set up to play in this live stream, but I love this thing. I really love it. It's special. It's unique. And I say it's unique because it is. It doesn't respond like my other guitars. And so I really have to get used to it. It's different. Looking to get the Helix LT soon. Been using the Boss GT1 recently. How do you like this Boss stuff? I've never messed with it. I tried to get a hold of one of those Boss IR2s because I thought, oh, that's awesome and pretty inexpensive, but I can't seem to get anyone to send me one. So, used to play acoustic, but find myself grabbing electric most Sundays. Yes, that's my main thing. If I can play electric, like second electric, where I don't have to worry about lead parts, but I can do super washy, easy strums every now and then, that's like my favorite thing to do, especially when I'm singing. Now, I like playing lead guitar when I don't have to sing, but I rarely get to do that anymore. Off this weekend for some rest, Chris White. That's awesome. I am too. As soon as this is over, I'm going to get off about 3 p.m. my time. And then my wife's gone all weekend, so it's just me and the kids. I'm deleting socials off my phone, and I'm just going to enjoy the time with them. I mean, I do lead worship on Sunday, but they'll come with me for that. Love to see if I can do a review on the Valve Tone GP 200. Somebody has asked me this a couple of times before. I've if somebody sends me one, sure. This Sunday's set list is, and I don't see anything. Let's see. Oh, there it is. How Firm a Foundation. Nice. Norton Hall Band. That's from the people from Southern. Jesus Your Mercy, Sovereign Grace, Only a Holy God. Love that song. Glorious Day. We're doing Glorious Day. We haven't done that in forever, but I was like, we need to wake up a little bit. Playing more traditional services Sunday. Behold Our God. I've never led that song, but I just remembered it again, and so I've planned it for about a month from now. Crown Him with Many Crowns, Lord Almighty Reigns. Nice. Solid hymns. I'm playing for a recovery service tonight. I need to learn more worship songs as I'm mostly a guitarist and do my own music when I sing. Yeah, what songs do you play often? Like, what artists do you choose from, Meryl? I led a youth conference this last weekend, though. Oh, sweet. So did I. Did a D now and got one coming up this month. Okay, hello. I have a question. When recording guitar with the Audit and the HX Stomp, when you're playing what you record, the removal sounds very shrill, using a little distortion overdrive. What is wrong? I'm not sure. You can use, I guess you're just going in directly from the HX Stomp. I would make sure that you don't have multiple things plugged in at the same time and hearing multiple things. I've never used that interface before, so I don't really know. I have used cheap interfaces before, but the Stomp XL is not a cheap interface, meaning you don't have to use that interface. You can just leave the Stomp via USB and record straight from there. And I did that for years on this channel, and it's easy, and you can get great sounds. Do you run wet effects before or after the amp? That's a very good question. I typically run them after, but I just saw, oh man, what's his name? I see him all the time on Instagram. Anthony Groves, I think it is. And he was had some stories the other day where he was like talking about the HX Stomp and how to run wet effects into your amps. And he said sometimes it get real compressed, but if you switch from instrument level to line level in, it will let it open up and breathe a little bit. So that's on my mind, and I want to try it. But I've always just run my wet effects after. I kind of like them after. I like them before as well. But like Anthony was saying, with modelers, sometimes you get this unwanted stuff. But I'm going to be playing more because I am building a pedal board. Actually, it's already built. You guys just don't know it yet. But it's over there. A dual Tonex board. So I'll be running my effects into it. And I have a pedal board build video coming out soon, next week or two. Trying to plan ahead these days. Struggling to get a full band. I'm on acoustic most Sundays and leading. I would love to be on electric more often. Yeah, that's a struggle for me sometimes as well. I'm a PK, pastor's kid. I've been in the ministry from day one. I love the music and guitars. I have led worship for a time and was an MD for about 7 years. I'm a lead guitarist for my current church. Nice. What did I do with that special pedal board that was supposed to go a giveaway and the winner was never responded? What did I do with that pedal board that was supposed... I've given away everything. The only time I had somebody not respond that I can remember was during the 12 days of Christmas. Not this past Christmas, but 2 Christmases ago. I don't remember, like day 7, the guy never responded. So there's some pedals, and I've been using them. So, but another pedal board that I was going to give away, bring some clarity. I don't remember which one it was. That was Jonathan that said that. Grew up in Mississippi, want to do Christian music. It's Randy Travis, Alan Jackson, other old bluegrass hymns. Nice. All right, well, I want to read all these comments, but let's give away some stuff. So, I have 7 winners. The first one's going to be, let's do this little split view here. The first one's going to win the version 2, the Sheriff version 2, right there. This is the biggest unit, but it's pre-programmed. I can't look at it backwards and remember what they all are, but there's page over, snapshots, all the stuff. If you saw the video, you can see what it does. Jonathan, it was the HX Stomp MIDI pedal board. I never had anybody not respond, so they got their pedal board. Sunday Tone, what's up, man? Alan Jackson's the man. He sure is. I love Alan Jackson. Usually when I do a Spotify playlist for, I have 2 playlists for our church. One is new songs that we might do. The second one is this weekend worship, and I put the songs that we're going to do a week in advance so people can listen to it and know the songs. That way people can't come up and say, hey, I don't know any of these songs. But like, hey, you can check out this playlist. But anyways, every time there's like an old hymn that we just have our own version of, I'll often put like Alan Jackson's version of the hymn because it's good. Okay, ready to award this first. Oh, it just did all 7. It did all 7. So if you want to go to the page, you can see. So the first one is the Sheriff 2. And you can see, I guess you can see that online. I'm looking at the back end here. But there are 7 winners. So if you're just here for the giveaway and you don't want to hang out, that's fine. You can just probably go look and see if your email is up there. But I'll just go ahead and say what they are. The first, I'll give you the order so that you'll know what you won. So number 1, the first place winner, the first one that, I need to pull that up so I can see what it's actually showing. I thought it would let me do one at a time. Okay. It looks like it started from the bottom. Now we're here. Okay, I need to say the order. So the one that starts with VAN is the one who just won the Sheriff version 2. VAN is the one who won the Sheriff version 2. Second place is the Sheriff Jr. So that looks like this. And that email, let's slide that in there. This is a lot littler. I don't know if you can, I say a lot littler. A little bit littler. Sheriff version 2 is the one, I don't want to say the whole email. NOR. The email starts with NOR. Well, good. We don't have to draw this out. We can just get right to the winners. Let me know if anybody in the chat sees their email. That would be cool. I never have anybody live win. Oh, actually, I take that back. Some people. That has happened before. The third place is the Deputed Limited Edition LED ring version. So this is the Deputy. It's made for the HX Stomp. Snapshots 1, 2, and 3. This down here is like tap tempo and such. And this one, if I lay it on the side, you can see it has this like LED ring. So I don't know if it like changes colors or whatnot, but it'll light up for you. So it'll look cool on your board. The email for that started with STE. So if you're looking, if the same thing I'm looking at, it's like going up the page, not down the page. Fourth place is the regular Deputy, and it's like this. So instead of being sideways, it's like that. Fourth place winner, REO. REO is the way the email started. Looking for some tutorial from you on this topic. Oh, I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, how to record your guitar. Yeah, I'll put some thought to that. That's good, because actually that's a very good idea, because I have an interface that I haven't even opened yet, and I also have a new interface, and I need to make some content around those, and so that would be perfect. Can someone recommend a good page turner pedal? Yeah, somebody do that. I know you can do that with the HX Stomp stuff via MIDI. You can even do it wirelessly with WIDI, like CME stuff makes WIDI stuff. I have, which is like Wi-Fi MIDI. It's wireless MIDI. What's the difference between Morningstar and the Sheriff? Okay, well, the Sheriff is pre-programmed. And Morningstar is fully customizable. So you pull the Morningstar out of the box, it's not going to have anything pre-programmed. You got to tell it what you want it to do. So it's a little more in depth, but it's highly customizable. You could page turn. You could tell multiple things to do multiple things. With MIDI, you can do so many different things. The Sheriff is cool because it's all pre-programmed for you. And you can look on the website to get more in depth on what it does. All right, we talked about fourth place being the Deputy. Fifth place is the Monitor. Boom. Fifth place is the Monitor. This allows you to input like a MP3 or another signal, a practice track, has a headphone out so you can hear your guitar and headphone at the same time if you don't have something like an HX Stomp. And that was the fifth place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the winner, the email starts with ALI. ALI. I will be emailing these winners. So you'll get an email from me after this live stream ends so that you know if you won or not. You can make a video on controlling Ableton tracks via MIDI. Ben Fuller's guitarist had a pedal, but he didn't have much info on it and had someone else set it up for him. Yeah, I mean, I did make one video a while back on how it could be done. Yes, I have wanted to do that for a while. MIDI is one of those things that I understand, but I'm not like an expert. So it's like if I take a huge break from MIDI or learning new things MIDI, I have to like wrap my head around it, and I can't just like dive into it for a little bit. But yes, I can definitely do that, because you can set your you can set Ableton up, or even some of these playback like iPad tracks players. I think some of them have MIDI cues. I've never done them, but you can have Ableton or those things send MIDI messages to your HX Stomp or Helix to switch presets and patches and all kinds of stuff. Update the tempo, or the other way around. You can control. I have done that on this channel a couple times. I have a couple videos I can share. But you can also get your HX Stomp or Helix to tell Ableton what to do. So yeah, several different things there. All right, that was fifth place, the Monitor. There we go. Sixth place is the Audition. Boom. Sixth place is the Audition. That's so you can audition your pedals. The sixth place winner, the first three letters are ASS. So there you go. It's ASSE. There we go. And that's a Yahoo. Oh my gosh. I hope I didn't get spammed. But every one of the winners, that's crazy. That's never happened. Probably because everybody just puts in their junk email for this kind of stuff. That's fine. Every one of the winners has a Yahoo email. That has never happened. This selects it randomly. That's so weird. Everybody's using Yahoo. Anyways, so this is an audition. You can audition pedals. It's like a loop. And you can, audition things. There's also a power in and out right there. It's nice and tiny, so it can fit on your board or just under your board. And that leaves the seventh winner to win the push overdrive. Did y'all see that video where I talked about the push overdrive and how small it is? Like, this thing is tiny. It's like the camera angle makes it look like it's huge, but it's very, very tiny. And it's not like, I said this in the other video, it's not like typical mini pedals that are like, I don't know, maybe more this layout where it's like skinnier and fatter. It looks like a regular pedal, just shrunken down. Anyways, this is a good boost, overdrive. This is volume. This is gain. It sounded really good. It's a good thing to add to your board. So those are the winners. You can go to the website where you signed up. It'll show the winners there. I hate the way it does this, though. It doesn't show who wins what. But I just announced it. I will email you with what you won. Did anybody in the comments win? Probably not. Because no one said, I won. All right, let's see here. My Moore preamp live died, so I replaced it with a stomp. I'm going to use the MIDI out on the Moore, but I didn't even know. I can't read it. There's something in the way. It's like a little heart in the way. Can't. Oh, but I don't even know what I want. What do you use MIDI for? And then since we're hanging out, I got a few minutes. Jay Nope, I lost. Is that your real last name? Nope. It's like, did you win? Nope. That's mean. That's mean. I didn't mean it like that. My email starts with STE, but not sure yet. STE. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I can't tell. It doesn't show me the name. Why does HX Stomp take so long to connect to HX Edit when I plug it in? Mine does not, so I'm not sure. Could be your computer recognizing it, trying to recognize it. Mine usually takes like, I have all my stuff set up over here. As soon as I turn them on, I mean, within 10 seconds. And I don't even think it takes that long. So if yours, how long does yours take? All right. So those are the winners. Let me just recap the winners. Sheriff version 2, the regular big one. Email started with VAN. The Sheriff version 2 mini or junior. Email started with NOR. 3, the deputy with the light ring on it. The email started with STE. No, yeah, STE. This is the one with the light ring. 4th place was the regular deputy. Email started with REO. Speedwagon. Just kidding. The monitor was 5th place. Headphone amp, practice pedal. ALI the email started with ALI. 6th place was the audition. Email started ASSE. My wife is calling me. Hey. I am live. I thought maybe you were telling me something's wrong. I'll call you back. Okay. Bye. And then the last place was Push, and the email started BUM. I don't even think I announced that before, did I? BUM. Boom. Boom. There you go. All right, so if you're a winner, I'll email you soon. Does my chick stop? Nope, that's not my last name. Thanks for all the videos and support. Oh, I appreciate that. Sunday Tone, Brennan, what are some of your favorite effects in the stomp? I just got the HX1 and there are so many. That's true. And I think you're the one that didn't have, this is your first HX toy to play with, right? My favorite, I mean, it just depends on what you want. The reverbs have gotten so much better. I say this in a lot of videos, but the if you need a reverb, which you don't need a reverb, I think you have the cloudburst, but the dynamic hall at the setting you drop it in sounds fantastic. As far as, I guess drives, I use the drives, but I wouldn't use them unless I was wanting something specific like a fuzz and I didn't want to buy a fuzz pedal. But since it's just doing one thing at a time, when I had it here in that pedal board build, I used it for the feedbacker. I used it for the like a pitch shift down to like put my guitar as like a baritone guitar, and then any modulation that I think maybe takes up too much space. So I love the dimension chorus is my favorite. I think I leave toggled on 1, 3, toggle off 2 and 4, and mix about halfway. That's something I do all the time. I love it. I love the retro reel. If you just bring it in and keep the saturation down and even leave the wow and flutter down, it just gives this organic feel to your tone. But then you bring that wow and flutter up and it can, I don't know, I just love it. It gives that tape saturation feel to it. Micah said your HX takes about a minute to 2 minutes. That is, somebody said, are you plugging into USB hub or directly to the PC? I heard hubs are problematic. That might be it. My hub, well, I'm plugging into a hub too. It's like one I found on Amazon. It's got like 7 ports or something. My wife was telling me there's lunch. That's good because I'm getting hungry. Yeah, some hubs are problematic. Mine don't seem to be. I mean, I'm going through 2 hubs, honestly. I'm going through a hub that is like 12 different things going single into the back of like an Anchor 577, which is a pretty expensive unit. And it pops up immediately. And I'm running a Mac. I don't know if the computer has anything to do with it. I should be receiving my HX Stomp XL in the next couple of days. Which video or videos do you recommend I begin with? Also plan on getting your expanse pack. Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, there's a lot of videos. I have a playlist of just HX Stomp stuff. Some of my probably most beneficial ones are where I make a preset live with you. And I actually have a Stomp XL preset making video coming out, I think in like a week and a half. And this preset's going to be awesome. I'm going to put it in the expanse pack eventually once I get it narrowed down, tweaked, whatever. But Rylan Russell from Rylan Russell YouTube channel, he calls me and wants me to make a preset, and he wants to be able to use the same preset for electric and acoustic. And so I make him that preset. So I'm excited. Super excited to see the winners. Preston's here. Preston Pedals. So Preston, we just announced them all. Yep. They're on the website now. Everybody can see their name blocked out. I went to award 1 and it awarded all of them instantly. I'll have to remember that in the future. And as soon as I award them, you can go to the page and see the first 3 letters of everybody's email that won. It's just not clear who won what, but I already covered that twice. People can go back and watch it. I will email them. But thank you so much, Preston, for sponsoring this giveaway. Your stuff's amazing, and I hope people that already are in the market for this kind of stuff will go give you a shot. Brendan, I'll have to try some others. Yeah, the retro reel is cool. I was trying to think of some other things I messed with, like doing like a tremolo and hooking up the like expression to it. Do a ramping tremolo, or just do the ramping tremolo with the flux. Have you messed with the flux in the HX1 yet? It's pretty cool. Late, but with good intentions. Have you ever messed with Tape Eater mixed with some of the wet haul? No, I haven't. I think that's one of the... I say I haven't. I haven't messed with it enough. I think I've seen it. It's one of the legacy effects, if I remember correctly. It's probably similar to the retro reel, but maybe sounds different. I need to go check it out. Before we go, what's y'all's biggest, I have a YouTube channel and I make videos all the time. What do you want to see the most? I'm trying to balance, gear. My heart is ministry as well. For those of you who are in ministry, is there any content there? Like, what are your biggest struggles? Is it just tone? Is it your team? Is it your time? Anything else that starts with a T? Trying to alliterate. What do you guys want to see on the channel coming up soon? I have some videos planned out, but I always like knowing what my actual audience wants to see. Micah, I do go through a hub, but I have tried going direct into the stomp, and it still takes that long. I do use a Mac, and sometimes it will connect fast, like 10 seconds, but most of the time it will just sit there and say something. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's not typical. In my case, I've had the HX stuff for a little over 4 years. Man, I'll be on YouTube. It'll be 5 years in August. August 23rd is my YouTube anniversary. That's crazy. But I've had the HX stuff for that long. I've never had it take forever to come up. And I do multiple at a time, because I have that like USB switcher, which is not something expensive. It was on Amazon, and like I'll click 4 or 5 on one at a time. That way I could drag presets. And yeah, so I don't know. Mine works. Bubble Wrap Person, cool name. As a guitar player, what do you want from me as a drummer or a bass player? That is great. That is a very good question. Thanks for asking. It reminds me, my son is 13. He'll be 14 this summer. And he just played his second paying gig this past weekend. And man, he's nailing it. I thought maybe some of his inexperience, I knew he could do it. But I thought, if something goes wrong, we're going to a place we've never played. I thought maybe some of his inexperience would freak him out and maybe he'd mess up. Man, he didn't mess up at all. I know that doesn't answer your question, but it just reminded me of that. And I want to say I'm proud of you, James. But what do I want from a drummer? 2 things, and this is not to be mean. I would say this from anybody, and then I'll say bass player. But just showing up prepared and knowing the map of the songs. Now, this will come down to how prepared your worship leader is at letting you know that stuff in advance. But my favorite thing is I can tell when a drummer is responding to where we're going in the song and where he's leading into the song. And so from a drummer, the biggest thing for me is knowing the map of the song. And if you don't know it because your worship leader hasn't told you, get that information. But for me, I put our Ableton practice tracks up on Planning Center so they can just practice with the practice tracks that we will have live. And so doing those like lead in fills is the biggest thing for me. Obviously staying on time, knowing the song and playing correctly. But once you're a good drummer, doing lead in fills, going into the next section, leading the singers, leading me in case I'm forgetting something. And then that helps lead the people as well. The second thing from a drummer is that when the click or like the drums go out, still giving us a little something on the hi-hat usually will also help the people sing on tempo. So those are 2 things I can think of that I really appreciate from the drummers that I have. Bass. What do I want from bass? Bass is just playing the right notes. As a vocalist, I don't know if I've said this much on my channel, but as a vocalist, we all hear different things. But for me, it's the bass. When the bass is off or uneasy, I get off and uneasy. The guitars can hit wrong notes and pianos, it all matters. But when the bass is off, it's like one of those things. Me and my wife have talked about this before. It's like when the bass is off, no one knows exactly what's wrong most of the time, like especially if you're in the congregation, but they know something's wrong. And that's usually the bass. So just being staying locked in with the drummer, the kick, and being on beat, not coming in a little bit late because you don't know where to go. Not overdoing it with runs, but sometimes I like to hear good bass runs and it just adds to it. So I wouldn't worry so much about that. Just being on time with your note changes, knowing the map of the song, know when to cut out, stuff like that. Sounds like an issue with that USB port. I would love to see a taste of your Sunday morning setup routine, gear setup, in-ear mix. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Band management. That's a good video idea. See, this is good. I get to hear some of your ideas. Any other ideas? Video ideas? Greetings from Georgia. I've been to Georgia. We're at in Georgia. Atlanta. Is everything near Atlanta? Atlanta's like right in the middle. doesn't seem, I know not everybody's from Atlanta, but it seems like most people are, tell you where they're from in regards to where Atlanta is. Longtime player, just now jumping in to play at church. Don't have a ton of pedals. Would you recommend multi-effects unit or adding individual pedals as you go? That is a great question as well, because I love pedals. I love individual pedals. Here's the thing. You gotta answer the question, what is most important when you're thinking about like a modeler, multi-effects versus pedals is pedals can be problematic. You know, you show up, everything works when you're at home, but then you get there and one cable has just moved a little bit and it's going out and you can't find it and you're just stressed out. So if having something reliable is at the top of the list, I would say get a Helix or something where it's all in one. It's got expression in it. You can assign, you know, it's got 8 snapshots. You can do more than enough with a Helix. So I would say get a Helix. But if you're into modeling and you want to combine that with some of your favorite pedals that you may already have, I would say get something like the HX Stomp. If you have the real estate, definitely get the HX Stomp XL. I think it's still only $50 more. What did we just say? The HX Stomp was $550. So the HX Stomp XL right now is, yeah, it's only $50 more, $600 to get the HX Stomp XL. That would definitely be worth it in my case. You don't gain anything as far as DSP and stuff like that, but you do gain the foot switches, and that is the best. Unless you just know you already want a MIDI pedal to maybe control some of your other pedals that you're going to put with it. In that case, I might go just regular HX Stomp and control it with a MIDI pedal, but hope that helps. Yeah, if you're into tinkering with stuff and you love your pedals, then do pedals. But if you want reliability, I would definitely have a multi-effects unit where it's just all in one. Congratulations to all the winners. Praying everyone has a blessed weekend. Thanks for joining us, man. Hello from Alaska. Wow, what time is it in Alaska? Finland. Wow. Hi from the Netherlands. Just bought the HX Stomp XL. Your videos are very helpful. I appreciate that. Wow. All around the world. Can you make a touring of your church in a gear setup video? Yeah, it's probably time to do that again, actually. I did it, I don't know, before COVID or during COVID when we were installing our new sound system and stuff. So it'd be good because we've added some new things. What would you recommend the way I handle telling select group of people why it wouldn't be optimal to turn down subs? We think they sit right next to the subs. We think they sit right next to the subs at church, which is awesome. So you have people in your church who are sitting next to the subs and they think the subs are too loud. I think that's what he's saying there. Not to be optimal, sorry. Yeah, well, first of all, I would say, hey, the way the sound system works, you know, especially you want every seat to have the same sound experience, but that's just not the case. If that were the case, we just have to give everybody headphones. But just tell them, hey, you're sitting right in front of the subwoofer, and for the bass to sound good to the rest of the room, it needs to be at the level it's at. You need to trust us, you know, that sort of thing. We run levels. You know, maybe you could tell them your process of how you come to sound. If you want to get into all that, first thing I always do is make sure, unless this is your pastor, but make sure I have the authority from my pastor to say these things. Be like, hey, they've complained about this. What are your thoughts? Don't take it as a personal stab. Just know that people want to enjoy being in their worship service, and what they're hearing, if they don't enjoy it, I can understand that. So I would just explain, in our church, sound is not always the same because we are training up the next generation. And so sometimes we have less experienced people running sound. And just like I have less experienced people playing certain instruments because I'm training them up and we're teaching. And so anytime someone complains, I just explain my heart that, hey, sorry, it's not perfect. Well, I don't apologize. There's no reason to apologize. I just say, I know it's not perfect, but here are the things we are dealing with. And if it's something like the sub, I would say, hey, this sub is right here and it's pointing all the way down this aisle. So if you want less bass, try sitting somewhere else and give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Something like that. Stay positive. Stay positive. Lead those people. Don't react to those people. Very important. Okay. Hello from Los Angeles. Hey, nice to see you. Today I watched your video of the in-ear monitor headphones that you were using. Do you still use the AE500? Or yes, I do. I I actually just got some new headphones, and I guess I could give you a sneak peek of my new favorites, but these are not budget. I've been using those, but my son has been playing drums more, and he really likes those. So, but those are the two that are in my backpack. I've been using I think it's the EM6L, which I think sound a skosh less better than the EA500s, but the EA500s are metal instead of plastic, and the metal gets a little heavy in my ears, and sometimes they just don't sit well. And so, but I love them both. I love them both. So they're still great, and they're in my backpack. So yes, those are the ones I use. But just as of the other day, I got these EPZ 530s. I had no idea how much they were when I reviewed them at first, which a video will come out soon. Will that focus? Please focus. These are fantastic, but they are expensive. I didn't realize how expensive they are. They're like $430. But this is the best sound experience I've had. And I'm not spoiled. I've never had like expensive ears, 64 ears, Empire ears. So anyways, these are fantastic. You'll have to watch the video when it comes out. But because there was a problem with these, the cable, this is not the cable that came with it. So for $400 and some, you should get a cable that is better than the one they gave. But anyways, love this channel from Costa Rica. Oh, appreciate that. Late to the party from West Virginia. Run an HX Stomp pedal board, and your videos have been great. Oh, that's awesome. What else is on your pedal board? Eric, yes, you did miss it. If you go to the website, which here, I'll just copy that. You can go to the website and see the winners. You can see the first 3 letters of the emails. And it doesn't say who won what. There were 7 winners. If you start at the bottom, that's first place. Go to the right of the screen, that's second place. Go to the left, that's third place. Jump up to the next row to the right, 4th place, 5th place, 6th place, 7th place. I know it's confusing, but that's just how it did it. Be looking forward to the video for sure. Appreciate that. All right. Any other questions? I never go live, so hanging out with y'all is fun. What else do you want to talk about? Yeah, let me show y'all this since you're here. The video's not out yet, but I copied Brendan from Sunday Tone and made the dual Tonex board, and I just built it. Just built it this week. I played it enough to make a video, but I have not even had a chance to experiment with it. But I was very pleased with how it turned out. Nicely organized, running the Ojai, Strymon Ojai to power it. And I can also, there's a few ports open, so I can like quickly run stuff in front of it, or I can just put an HX Stomp in front of it. So I'm not used to running effects into my amps, but I will now. So I'm excited about this. Let me know what Tonex questions you have, because I'm going to be digging more into that as well. Still using the Phoenix ear? Yes, I am. I'm using the PTM 10. It's the stereo version, and it is fantastic. The only thing that has ever gone wrong is that the little plastic thing on the clip broke off a while back. So I just stick it in my pocket. So like if you're a female and you're wearing a dress, you would have to hold it. Well, if you're wearing a dress, where are you going to put it anyway? So I don't know. Anyways, I was just trying to think. There's no clip. It broke off. So I wish it was a little more sturdy. How am I mounting the Ojai? Right now, it's just got several strips of dual lock on it. And, you know, the Ojai doesn't have the IEC cable adapter. You know, it has the adapter. So I put, it's just dual lock, and it's you know, the upgraded dual lock. It's not the cheap stuff. So if I feel like it's going to be a problem, the Ojai itself spans like this little bridge here. So it's fine. This right here, I was wondering if I need to strap it or anything, but right now it feels pretty solid. So that's how I'm doing it. Let's see. Nice. I just bought the system for my church. Oh, the Phoenix. Yeah. I still have the like the PTM 11 and the 22 and the 33. I have those. What the benefit of those is that they are super clear. It's clearer in our building, at least, than the PTM 10. but they're mono, so you can't pan or anything. But it's good. They're good for budget stuff. Obviously, if you spend more money, you're gonna get better stuff probably. But for budget stuff, and I've been using it for, I mean, it's probably been 3 or 4 years, at least 3 years that I've been using that PT10, and it's never failed. Let's see here. I just bought the system. Never seen your JHS Morning Glory. Oh, this is what's on his pedal board. Matthews Effects Architect. Nice. King of Tone. King of Tone. A real one. A real King of Tone. Matthews Effects Astronomer Boss DD20. Can't beat the DD20, right? That thing's awesome. Tuner, HX Stomp. Have not ventured into MIDI yet, but it's on my list. Thanks for the great channel. It's taught me so much for learning guitar tone. Hey, question. Does Preston Pedals have a controller to plug to the HX effects? I believe the HX effects will respond just like the HX Stomp XL. Meaning, yes, you can use, if he's here, you can use the Deputy, this 4-channel. It'll bring up all 4 snapshots because HX effects also has 4 snapshots. And so as long as MIDI is sent to MIDI channel 1, I am 99.9% sure that the MIDI messages are the same. Oh, the question is, does HX Effects have MIDI? Yeah, it does. Yeah. I'm using it over there. Yeah, it has MIDI. So, yes, it should definitely work. He also, I just looked on his website, and he has a MIDI controller for the HX1, which is pretty cool. Bring up presets and such. So you waited 5 years and you finally got it. So was it worth the wait? Was the King of Tone worth the wait? Let us know for those of me who are not going to wait that long. What sounds board what size board do I use maybe? I don't know which pedal board. I have a bunch of different ones. For the Tonex one, it is the Ghostfire Little 20 is what it's called. It's a little bit bigger than I needed, but I wanted the space. I didn't want the pedals to hang over. I also like the way Brendan's from Sunday Tone looks. I think he used the Pedal Train Nano Plus. So yeah, those are good size for the dual Tonex board. All right, guys. Unless you guys have more questions or talking points, gonna head off here. I'll just wait a few minutes. I'll just tell you what God's been teaching me lately as a worship leader. Been thinking a lot about. I'm in seminary. I don't know if y'all know that, but after my kidney transplant, don't know if y'all know about that either. That's been like almost 5 years ago now. Yeah, 5 years ago. I took 3 years off of my seminary training, and now I'm back at it. My 4th semester, taking 1 class at a time. And right now I'm in Old Testament, and it's just been good. Taking 1 class at a time has been really beneficial because I actually just get to soak in the class, absorb the material. When you take 3 and 4 classes at a time, it's just all you can do to get stuff done. But I've been learning in the Old Testament, just going back through there, about all the stuff that they had to do just to interact and worship God. And the lesson is like, wow, God really does care how he's worshiped. And when we take that thought and bring it into today, we don't have that same kind of care about how we come to God. And the second thing I've been thinking about is that worship is sacrifice. Worship should be something that is brought to God. And so a lot of times we think, man, what am I going to get out of today? Like, do I like who's preaching? Do I like the songs that are selected? Or just showing up hopeful, which is not a bad thing. Like, man, I hope I get a blessing today, or whatever it may be. I hope I feel inspired after church today. We know we're going to get the benefits of worshiping our Creator because He doesn't hold those back. But we can quickly turn something good like that into something that is more self-centered, and our worship should be focused on giving. And so think about that heart shift change when I'm coming to worship to give, then all those preferences like Is the subwoofer too loud? Now, those may be real issues, but a lot of those preferences can be totally avoided because we're thinking about what we're giving, not what we're getting. And I've just been pondering that lately and thinking about how that changes even how I come to worship ministry as the worship leader. Like, how can I serve? What can I do to give my team and all that? But to God, what can I do to give God today? So some of us on Sunday mornings are thinking, oh, I hope nothing goes wrong. Some of us are excited because maybe we got new pedals, and all that stuff's cool. But if we can get excited that we get to bring God something today, I think that would really change how we worship. So anyways, that's what's been on my heart and mind lately. Thought I would take a moment to share that with you. I'm going to hop off of here. Let me finish these comments. Oh, he can confirm the deputy will work with HXFX. That's great. Love my Old Testament survey class. Yeah, I've had Old Testament survey 1 and 2 as well. This is also, it's not so much a survey. It's like split into 2 different classes, but it's not as in-depth. It's a little bit more in-depth, but it's not as in-depth as a book study, which I've also really enjoyed. All right, I'm going to get off here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to email the winners. Thank you for subscribing, all those fun things. And I have very exciting videos coming right up. So make sure you hit that notification bell if people still do that sort of thing, if you don't want to miss anything. And stay in touch. If you guys have questions, you can always reach out. I try to read all my comments, but sometimes it gets a little much. Yeah, I can't read all the comments on it when I'm joking. I try to read most of the current comments. A lot of comments come from like older videos, and I don't always have time to go back and respond to those. But you can always email me too. It's on the website. Love coming here to get the ministry stuff. Love your heart, brother. I appreciate that. Love you guys too. All of you who are serving in ministry, whether it be as the leader or just playing guitar for the glory of God. I pray that this weekend specifically that it would be an offering to God. And yeah. All right. See you guys next video.